cause you serious problems down the road that can waste both your time and money. To help you avoid any hosting headaches, I'll be breaking down all of the pros and cons for Siteground, as well as share my personal experience with their hosting platform. But before I do, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you're always up to date on the latest digital tools and tech. If you're interested in trying out Siteground, check out my affiliate link in the description below. Without further ado, let's dive in. First, let's talk about security and where Siteground stacks up. In 2020, there are more cyber threats than ever before, and Siteground is leading the way in protecting its customers. Siteground has recently introduced cutting-edge artificial intelligence that has stopped more than 2 million attacks across the internet. Their bot-busting security can identify and isolate automated threats such as DDoS attacks and brute force logins before they become a problem. On top of their proactive security, Siteground also has plenty of customizable features such as IP blacklisting, spam protection, and password-protected directories. It's safe to say that Siteground takes its security seriously. Try to say that one 3 times fast. If you're like me, you believe privacy should be a default option with everything online. So when I did some digging into Siteground's privacy policy, I was pleasantly surprised. Siteground was one of the first hosting platforms to become GDPR compliant. This basically means you provide the essential data needed to create your account and nothing more. You have full control over what information Siteground has and have the ability to edit it and download it. They even have an assigned data protection officer whose job is to solely make sure your data is secure. I'd like to imagine my data protection officer looks something like Hulk Hogan. If you want to take your privacy a bit further, you can add Siteground's ID Protect service to your hosting plan. For only $1 a month, this service masks your information if anyone tries to look up who owns your website. It's not mandatory, but for those who'd like some additional privacy with their website, this is an awesome value. Let's touch on the quality of servers Siteground uses and why it's important. Even if your website is small now, it will inevitably grow. And when it does, you'll want servers that are fast, reliable, and available to anyone, anywhere. Siteground has 6 data centers located across the globe to allow for blanket coverage, no matter where you are, which is vital when expanding your audience. In a 6-month monitoring test, Siteground servers had 100% uptime and didn't go down once, not even for maintenance. The last thing you want is for a visitor to get bumped off your site right before trying to check out. But what's worse than a website that's completely down? One that just takes forever to load. You know, where it just spins and spins. In this day and age, a slow website is just plain unacceptable, and Siteground doesn't cut any corners. When compared to Bluehost, Siteground took the #1 spot when it comes to speed. Under a stress test, Siteground was 40% faster than its competition. I also tested Siteground's DNS speeds, which is an often overlooked part of picking a web host. So, what is DNS? It's what translates www.google.com into an IP address number that servers can understand. Think of DNS as a translator that lets humans talk to robots, and those robots get to the websites you want to go to. I'm happy to report that Siteground's DNS speeds are fast across the board and are right on par with other hosting providers. What's the slowest website you've been to? Did you wait for it to load or leave to go to another site? Let me know in the comments below. As a website owner, I like my hosting controls to be clear and easy to find. Managing the back end of your website shouldn't be a pain, and with Siteground, it's not. Siteground used to use a platform called cPanel, but have since upgraded to a better-looking version called SiteTool. SiteTool is built straight from features that customers have specifically requested, making it cleaner and easier to use than cPanel. Everything from creating a new website to adding features has been streamlined down to just a few clicks. My personal favorite feature in SiteTools is the ability to pin commonly used settings. For instance, if I'm regularly adding DNS entries, I can pin the DNS tab directly to the top of the page for easy access. It's this level of customization, combined with Siteground's ease of use, that make this layout one of my favorite features of Siteground's hosting. Now, I love to tinker and do things myself, but having reliable and prompt customer support is an absolute must in my book. So where does Siteground support rank? They offer 24/7, 365 live chat and a toll-free number for support. I tested their chat myself and was connected with a live person in under 2 minutes. I compared this to GoDaddy support and didn't get a human response for 6 minutes. Knowing that I can get an actual human to quickly help me gives me the peace of mind I need when building my business online. So, we've gone over a lot of the features Siteground has to offer. Let's get into the pricing. Siteground is definitely competitive when it comes to its hosting plans, but what I value the most is their clarity. Unlike other hosting plans, Siteground's pricing is straightforward and easy to understand. There are 3 introductory plans that range from $3.95 to $11.95 a month. You can lock in these rates when you commit to their hosting for at least 3 years. Some people aren't a fan of this offer, but for me, it just makes sense. By doing the 3 years up front, you'll save around 66 to 70% every month. Since building websites and getting traffic takes time, committing to Siteground's hosting is a no-brainer. If you're unsure if you want to do 3 years up front, you can always choose the regular per month pricing that starts at $11.95. All these plans scale depending on your needs, but for most people, just starting off, the Grow Big plan at $5.95 a month is a great place to start. The Grow Big plan allows you to create an unlimited number of websites, gives you 20 gigabytes of web space, and lets you scale to 25,000 visitors a month. So, how does Siteground's pricing compare to its main competitor, Bluehost? Side by side, Bluehost is slightly cheaper at $2.95 per month versus Siteground at $3.95 a month. Although you can save a little bit of money with Bluehost, I'd still pay a bit more for Siteground's reliability, speed, and ease of use. Knowing my website is in good hands is worth the extra dollar in my book. When you take everything into account, Siteground is a clear winner when choosing a hosting platform you can trust. Siteground doesn't come without a few cons. For one, some people might not want to pay 3 years in advance just to get a lower pricing. While that's understandable, you'll see that a lot of hosting companies are moving to that pricing model anyway. And of course, you still have the option to pay monthly. With a 30-day money-back guarantee, getting a refund wouldn't be a problem either. Lastly, Siteground isn't the absolute cheapest option. Bluehost is cheaper by $1 a month. Like I said, the amount of features and peace of mind I get for the extra dollar far outweigh the difference in cost. If those 2 cons are absolute deal breakers for you, Bluehost would be a solid second runner-up. I hope this video helped you decide if Siteground is the right choice for you. If you're ready to get started building your website, click the link in the description to get the best deal on Siteground web hosting. Before I end this video, I do want to take a moment and disclose that I may be compensated for some of the content mentioned throughout the video. If you discover that you're interested in purchasing the item we're discussing, take a moment and click on the discount link provided below. Thank you for watching. Be sure to click subscribe and hit the bell below to stay up to date on the latest digital tools and tech.